Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon Diamond Pearl Race with Shock, aka VGMusicWeekly, and Steel. How are you doing, Steel?
I'm doing pretty good.
You ready to start?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, apparently, while I had the recording over the screen waiting to start, Pokemon actually did stuff in the background without showing me, so I'm immediately in a battle that I wasn't expecting to start off in. Okay, let's get to it.
Alright.
So it's been a while since we've last recorded, and there is a lot of Pokemon news that's come out. And by a lot, I mean 2 pieces.
Alright.
So, any thoughts on the new Pokken Fighters news? It coming to Wii U and the new character unveiled?
Pokken looks cool. I really like Smash, so more Pokemon would be cool. I don't know. It depends on what kind of a fighting game it is. Is it more of like the Street Fighter style, where it's just kind of like 2D?
It's got an interesting style where it's half 2D, half 3D. So, in some portions, you'll be fighting in 2D sections, like Street Fighter, but then it goes into a 3D arena, where you're sort of like in a circular area and you have 3D motion. So it switches off. I don't know exactly, like, what if players choose when it switches off, or if it does it intermittently or what, but it's a half and half style. It's not Smash Bros.
Okay, so is it kind of like Smash where there's like an actual stage that you fight on, or is it just like it doesn't matter what it is and then the 3D
It seems the stages don't matter, but there could be stage hazards. I haven't looked into that, but the stages seem fairly static. But it's not just 2D, so there's a bit more movement. There's no vertical movement, really.
Alright.
But the Pokemon they've chosen seem cool. My expectation with Pokken Fighters is they need a way to break into making Pokemon Amiibo, really. Did I miss anyone up here? They
already kind of had that with like the arcade before, because I remember there was something to do with like discs that you used.
I'm trying to remember a name. It was like Pokemon Trio or something like that. And you had these little hexagon things. Again, going by memory, but that they used in arcades. But what I'm seeing is Pokken Fighters has mostly the fan favorite Pokemon. The top one is Charizard, Lucario, Pikachu, Gengar, Gardevoir, like Pokemon that people really like. And so I think that's the perfect chance to make a few Pokemon into Amiibo, and then after that, take the rest of the Pokemon if they want to make them, and make the Amiibo cards out of them. But, like, these are the Pokemon I could see, oh, there might be an Amiibo. 3 of them already have Amiibo, at least.
Right.
So that's what I'm predicting when that comes out in America and just general public Wii U.
Is that like the definitive list of all the guys in Pokken, or is there a lot more?
So we know most of the people since it's been out in Japan. I didn't list them all, but so there's like Machamp, Blaziken, Weavile, I'm really excited to play, but a couple others.
Why is there a Weavile?
Weavile is so cool. Come on.
Is he a fan favorite though?
He's an agility character, which there's less of in the like you need characters that work. Oh, Suicune's also in there. I still don't know why Suicune is there, but it looks really cool.
Fan favorite. Duh.
There was one new character announced for the Wii U version. There'll definitely be ones coming as DLC. But the extra character named is Wrestling Pikachu, or Luchador Pikachu, from X and Y.
Wait, as what?
as a playable character, separate.
You mean in Pokken?
In Pokken, yes.
Okay. That's stupid.
Separate from...
What does it have, like circle throw or something? Like what's
it? It has flying press. Hawlucha's signature move.
Wait, so the thing that's also fighting and flying?
Yeah.
What is... Of all the moves to pick, that's like the... Like literally like the least fighting type move.
Yeah, well... The annoying thing with it is, why didn't they just put in Hawlucha? Hawlucha would have been an amazing Pokemon to have in Pokken Fighters.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like,
so are there like specific moves that are super effective, or is it, again, like Smash style, where it's just like every move has like base...
Types do not seem to have effectiveness in this. Because otherwise, Suicune would win against Blaziken pretty much every time. They do have an interesting thing where, of course, a lot of these Pokemon Mega Evolutions. So you have them evolving into their Mega forms during battle. But with Pokemon like, say, Pikachu and Suicune and Weavile that do not have Mega Evolutions, they have these special, like, forms or super moves they can still pull off in place of the Mega Evolutions that others have.
So that's like their power bar or something?
Yeah, something like that. And then there are also Pokemon that are support Pokemon that I don't know if they're unique, like each Pokemon has support X and Y, or if you can pick which ones you have, or if they're randomized, and you can use those support Pokemon to help out in battle. They do various things. Pretty sure, like, Deden might be one. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I know Servine's one, but various smaller Pokemon that might not work as one of the fighting game style.
Servine? The middle of the Unova grass starter? That's like the most random thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the coolest things in this game is all of the Pokemon that show up, whether they're support or playable, have these really high-resolution, detailed models of them that look realistic and really cool. I think it's
like
cool
the 3D models.
Yeah, but like on Suicune, you can really see the fur and the like. It looks realistic. Like, as much as they can do with Pokemon. I've loved just going on Cerebi and looking at the playable Pokemon just to see their art, because it looks really cool. And I'm super excited for that. I need to heal up some of my Pokemon. That battle took forever because I didn't have my water type available.
So I've been playing a lot of Black 2, or actually White 2, because I don't know, I wanted to play it, and, oh man, there are so many things wrong with that game, like, mechanically, like, incorrect things, like, I think Diamond and Pearl are better games than Black and White and Black 2, White 2. But it's annoying because Black and White introduced so many cool mechanics, but it's like the actual game itself is so shit. Because, like, okay, first off, the bike is terrible. It has zero precision. You cannot get into a Pokemon Center if you're on the bike. You will continuously go from one side to the other side of the door, and you will never be able to get in. It's the worst.
I've found that with pretty much every game.
Well, no, like, okay, in Diamond and Pearl, on the fast setting for the bike, you start slow at first, so you have time to react if you just bounced into a wall. So, like, it's short enough that you can get in.
Okay.
Like, I've never had that problem with any other game other than the Black and White games. And the graphics look horrible because all of them are GIFs. And so the pixels are like turned sideways and they look really bad because they didn't animate each individual frame. They just like copy and pasted something and then rotated it. And it looks bad. And, oh man, like, the music is like really subpar. Like the bike music is not even close to as good as it was in like any other game.
Okay,
which is
yeah.
unfortunate.
the music in that game wasn't as memorable. I found I did really love. Oh, what's the city
Town.
theme? Not Accumula that I really love, but it was
That's
in
the
the
one that I
first
like.
game, the town with the electric gym leader. What's her name?
Nimbasa City.
Nimbasa City. I love that theme. So
I'm about to be there in my own little self playthrough, so I guess I'll have to crank up the music to check it out.
but yeah, I really liked Black and White, and I played through that game twice, I believe. Black 2, I'm not even sure if I ended up finishing the game.
Yeah, a lot of people said that actually. I think I beat it once, and then I went through playing a Nuzlocke, and then I stopped. Like, I didn't even get to the first gym before I stopped. I was like, this is so dumb.
Yeah, Black 2, like, I think it's cool. I think it did a lot of cool things. I like the idea behind it, but it's definitely not my favorite Pokemon game.
Yeah.
I do like Black and White. They're some of my favorite, but it did.
I thought the story in Black and White was a lot better than most of the story
Yeah,
in the other
the-
game. Like, X and Y story,
s-
holy shit. X and Y story was, like, really bad.
The story is what I really like and what's most memorable to me. That's why Ruby and Sapphire are my favorites, and that's why I really like Black and White. But
Yeah,
X and
like,
Y just was terrible story-wise.
Yeah, but I loved X and Y just because, like, the 3D graphics are awesome. The game was way longer than most of the other ones, which was awesome. You know, they
Real?
changed the EXP share. Well, yeah, like
It
the
felt
beginning.
shorter to me.
Well, maybe because you gain momentum towards the end. So if you've been playing like straight, it feels shorter.
That's not why.
But it's like the first 4 gyms take up like 75% of your playtime.
True.
And then at the end, it's just kind of like
it took
they didn't have enough
longer
time
in the
to.
beginning, but it felt like they took out a lot of towns. Like you didn't have towns like you did in the past game, breaking up the cities where the gym leaders were.
Right. It was a lot of routes, but it wasn't like annoying amount of routes because there were always like those like doctors or healers or whatever that could heal you.
Yeah, I really like the doctors as an addition to the series. I think they are really great and make things a lot more playable, make it easier, have the long routes without towns in between. But,
Yep. I mean, they had basically that before, where it was like there would just be a house on a route that was like a lady would heal you.
True.
So it's not like they really changed that much,
but it's something like you easily see, oh, that person's a doctor. If I can beat them, I can get my Pokemon healed.
right.
And it's not just free. Ooh, it shakes. Okay. Shauna is almost evolved, so I think this battle will probably do it. I did a little grinding in between the episodes just so people know. And by grinding, I mean walking back and forth in one location to get happiness.
Do you really need max happiness to get it to evolve into a Roselia?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because the only reason I ask is because, like I was saying in my Black 2, White 2 playthrough, the bug grass, like nasty looking Weedle thing.
In Black 2, White 2, is that like
called,
Venipede? Whirlipede?
No. Venipede's a different one. That's the one that, like, is a, whatever, centipede. But there's a different one that was, it evolves into Leavanny eventually.
Oh.
The bug grass. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I know what
first
you're
there's like the
talking.
cocoon thing is at level 20, and then happiness evolves it to Leavanny.
Really?
And it evolved at level 21 for me. I know it was not a max happiness. Like, there's no way.
Well, I don't know if it needs to be max happiness, and max happiness is not that hard to get. It's just a certain amount of steps. But it at least needs to be, like, on the heart checker thing, it needs to have 2 big hearts, which I don't know if that means max happiness or over 200, but something like that.
Maybe you're
It
right
needs
then.
to be either max or the highest general level of happiness. I don't know if that's only at max or if there's a range. Okay, let's kill the Shinx and get my Budu to evolve. Critical hit. I have to say, I've gained a lot more appreciation of Diamond and Pearl in this playthrough. Like, it was always, well, not always since Gen 6 came out, but it used to be my least favorite game in the Pokemon series.
Yeah, playing through this and playing through White 2 at the same time has really showed me how much better this game is, like, personally.
Yeah, this game, just like the story was never very memorable, and a lot of points were not very memorable. The other main thing was Diamond and Pearl was when I had my falling out with Pokemon. Like, that was when I stopped watching the anime. That was when I became a bit less interested in it. And then Black and White, because a bunch of friends played it and it was something I did with friends at school, brought me back into it in the competitive gameplay sense. And just loving it again. Whereas Diamond Pearl, that was when I just forgot about the series. So,
yeah, it was like the opposite for me, so maybe that's why I like it more.
So yeah, I just don't have amazing memories playing this game. Which route is under Cycling Road? Am I going to catch my next Pokemon there?
There's Ponytas and Stunkies there, and that's all that I remember.
I need to find a... Well, I don't want to say the name because if I haven't spoiled it already, but it's a nighttime Pokemon, which probably spoils it anyway. Let's try out Magical Leaf. That is one slow move, but it does a lot of damage. I've always liked the animations for Magical Leaf in the game.
Yeah, they look cool. I think a lot of the animations in these games look really good.
Yeah, a lot of the animations in this are a lot slower than... One thing Black and White 2 I did like is they added some new move animations for certain moves that look really awesome. Alright, who is this? I got a flag. Oh, isn't Diamond and Pearl the game with ball capsule things? All of that?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, when they pop out and they get, like, you can custom make, like, stars and...
stars and hearts and stuff, yeah. I definitely want to add that. And have that on my Pokemon if I ever get a chance. That was one of my favorite things.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was cool.
Yeah, that's something I wish they'd do in the future. I'm sorry, I just had to read some text, but they did a lot of things in Pokemon games that were one-offs that were really cool. I like the ball capsules, the Pokemon following you, which also happened in this generation.
Yeah, the Heart Gold Soul Silver thing, I thought that was cool, and then they were like, nope.
Yeah, well, it was a callback to Pokemon Yellow, somewhat, but they sort of brought it back in, I believe it was Black and White, but only with specific Pokemon, which I don't even get why they did that.
Okay, so there was like a PAL Park or something in this game where you could walk around with your starter and like a few select other Pokemon, and they would follow you around, and you would pick up like contest stuff.
Yeah, I think that was in Black and White.
No, it was in this game. And then that's why they did it in Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Oh.
Because it was like basically just that for the whole game, because people like that, I guess.
Ah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And then they took it, like, I can see them not wanting to resprite that each time with every Pokemon and have that be a thing.
Well, they could have just recycled them. I mean, they've recycled a lot of sprites.
Yeah, but I just wish they'd do that in some future game. Okay, where do I need to go after Cycling Road? let's check the map. I keep forgetting it's X and not start to open up the bag of stuff.
Yeah, I have mine set where it's X equals start, so it works for me still. Oh, easy.
Okay. So I believe the next place I'm supposed to go is Hearthome.
Yeah, I've just gone through Mount Coronet myself.
Oh no. No. Please tell me.
What?
I can't get up this. I can't
What?
get up the sand waterfall thing.
You need your bike.
Yeah, I'm using my bike.
Switch settings with B.
Oh, thank you. I totally forgot about that. Okay,
Yeah, I don't even know what the slow setting does, but I know it's only the fast setting that can go up those slippery slopes.
The slow setting is the acro bike, which allows you to sort of jump over those thin platforms. And
Right,
do
but you
hops.
can't do that because B switches gears instead of doing the jump stuff.
Well, can't you do that when you're on the thin platforms? Aren't those still in this game?
I don't think so.
Huh. Maybe the other one gives you more maneuverability.
Oh god, this area is so laggy.
Right. Magical leaf and water gun. Well, it's good to be getting back into this game. I think we're probably going to want to end this episode off soon. If you're in a decent place to stop. I'm finishing up a battle.
I literally just started a battle, but I don't really care.
Yeah. Let's finish our battles and then we can call it.
Alright. Come on, Bronzor, I know you got that confusion power.
Okay. Man, Sam is just not doing so hot. Let's see, shifted that to business. And use Swift, which should hit both of the opponents. Yeah. And maybe we'll talk about the other piece of Pokemon news in the next episode. But if you're interested, I know you like to avoid spoilers for the new games, but we don't know what it's in relation to.
Nope. Alright, I'm ready to end it when you are.
Okay, I just need to kill this Pachirisu and Ponyta. So.
Well, then I'm gonna make progress while you're waiting. Oh, just kidding, almost got in a battle.
Come on, just kill them already. I also need to heal up at some point, but... So
Man, this area is so laggy. Oh, you know what they introduced in Diamond and Pearl that everyone forgot about?
What?
Defog.
Oh god, that's an HM here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crud. Alright. I'm not a huge fan of Defog, but... Oh well. Defog is so much better in X and Y. Like, leagues better.
Well, yeah, when it gets rid of, like, spikes and hazards and stat changes and stuff, that's pretty crazy.
I wish it was actually worthwhile here. Hey, business leveled up. I wonder when I'll get an Infernape. Probably not soon. Okay.
I've been lied to.
Come on. Please kill this. This is gonna take one more turn, isn't it? Yep, one more turn. But it is over. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Steel, are you planning on putting this up on your channel, or?
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay, check Steel's channel for his audio, or go over to my playlist, or I don't know if Steel has a playlist, but check out the other videos in the series if you're just coming in on this episode. I don't know why you're coming in new on episode 15, but whatever. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.
See ya.